Welcome back. Another week of the A competition is here, the Europa League. Let's get right into it.
The fact that this man still calls it the A competition, I don't know.
It just speaks to how down in the depths of self-wallowing and despair that I'm in.
It's not an A competition, especially now because of this new format. We see teams like Man United only play Sociedad because no teams come down from the Champions League, right? Obviously, you know by the thumbnail of the video what we're going to talk about. But I just wanted to make a point there.
Right.
Like, that's why these teams are playing, too. Like, they shouldn't be playing each other.
Yeah.
This isn't traditional. I mean, it's going to be new.
It's going to be different.
It's a new format.
It's a new thing.
It's how it's going to be. I'm kind of open to it, I guess, with it being...
Get used to it, though.
You know, you're going to have to, you know?
It's more profit for those clubs. It's more profit for the teams involved.
But you know what? Maybe it's like it keeps it more interesting with who will win those competitions,
different teams, too. Yeah, maybe it's not Sevilla every year, you know. Hopefully it could be us this year, but probably not, let's be honest. Especially, you know, after this 1-1 draw against Sevilla.
Yeah.
Real Sociedad. Really, an okay performance, but not able to get 3 points is very disappointing, honestly.
Man United, Real Sociedad at the San Sebastian. It was a typical Man United lineup, kind of what they have.
Yeah. Same lineup as the weekend, except Dorgu, he's back. You know, had the red card and, you know, the suspension last week, but he's back. But other than that, same team.
Yeah, so kind of what you want as a United fan, pretty much.
Best available.
Bruno having to play in that double midfielder role, I'm not saying he can't do it because he can, and he's good. He definitely can, but I think he's so much better in a 10 role because I just think if you were to go out, right, and buy someone, and it was just dependent on the fact of Bruno playing a 10 or a center mid. Obviously, they're not going to place their, mindset around that. But I would put Bruno at the 10 before I leave him at the 8.
That's not really the actual, it's a number 10, but that's not the actual way that position plays. That position is more of like a left forward or a right, or the other 10 is the right forward. So it's like, he's not on the ball as much. I like him more at that middle 8. I mean, yeah, it is. He does still perform in that 10, but it's a little bit different. I like to see him in the 8 a little bit better, but you know, not as many combinations in the midfield right now, especially because of the injuries.
And I thought he did good in the game.
Yeah,
this first half for United, I mean, like we said, lineup good. First half, making chances here and there. I mean, a good 3-4 solid chances the whole first half. Some big ones, missed passes that weren't made. Some crazy chances, though, that should have been put away, too.
There was some opportunities there that we did create and then we didn't finish. Or there was other opportunities where we should have created something, i.e., you know, Dalot's pass that didn't go to Højlund, that he held up an extra couple of steps. He should have put it in the box.
That was bad.
I don't know why, man. Like, do you have no confidence that he's going to score? Because I kind of understand that. But
still,
at the same time, he's your guy. He's the number 9 right there. He's there. He's making that run. You hit him. If he runs near post, you hit him, and that's exactly what he did. But he didn't get the service.
Honestly, that is a goal, man. Like, I know it's Højlund, and maybe that's what it was. Or maybe Dalot is just fucking stupid and didn't think to pass to him there for some odd reason. But he didn't pass, and it should have been a goal. I think Højlund would have scored there. I honestly think. I
think so, too.
He could have found a way to muff it up. But I think he would have scored there. Unfortunate, though. And they had some other chances, too, in that first half. That wasn't the only one. Garnacho, Trevin was saying it earlier. Exactly. Trevin was talking about this kid throughout the game, not even just the first half, but in the first half as well. We seen some chances, and he's, like you said, selfish.
He has the self-determination, and I appreciate that, and he has the drive and the passion to really believe that he's the best player on the field. He can do this. He can do it. But he just doesn't. Like, he's not that guy. He has the mental, facilities for that, but physically, he's just not that guy.
The skills.
He is so selfish with the decision making that he does. He has so many more opportunities to create for other players that he doesn't do. And I understand when you're the guy and you can do that, you can do it. But he's not. He's not doing it at this moment. If he gets to a point where he can, that's awesome. I'm glad. I hope he does. He is a very exciting young player, but he's got to be a more team-oriented player, in my opinion.
Whole first half, United should have scored. Had a few chances, couldn't score. Sociedad that first half, man. I mean, not even much to say about him. They really didn't. They didn't have a shot on target. No. They didn't do anything that first half really at all. Second half. Little bit different story. We actually finally see some goals.
We see a United goal from a good pass from Garnacho. Ooh. Exactly what I wanted him to do. He passes the ball in, and Xerxes scores a goal. Now, was the goalie at fault for the goal? Kinda, yeah. I mean, but it was a good shot. It was a powerful shot down, straight at the goalie, basically. But his weight was shifting, so he didn't make the save. He probably would make the save most times, but we take it. I mean, and it was a great pass from Garnacho.
Xerxes goal, it's, get his confidence up, little celebration. And then right after the goal, right after the goal, I mean, again, United had some more chances. And as we were saying before, yes, we got to give Garnacho, got the assist on that one play. But again, a few more chances again where he's shooting and he could have passed it across. But he's hitting the side netting multiple times this game, like 3 or 4 times.
At least put it on target. At least make the keeper make a save, or create something out of a deflection. But I understand the motivation. He wants to be that guy, but he's just not yet, and he has to pace himself. And I think Amarin also, he doesn't have anybody else really to rely on in that front line. So it's not like he can say, "Hey, we're gonna give you 20 minutes off the bench here, just to help you run at some tired legs and make a change in a game," instead of playing him 90 minutes every week for the last month.
I'm pretty sure Højlund had some little chance here and there. Didn't score.
Could have made it 2-0, but no.
Didn't score. Then Sociedad. More goals we see. Bruno Fernandes. Questionable penalty call, but it's a penalty call.
They called it a penalty after VAR when, in fact, nobody on the field had even appealed for a VAR check. None of the Sociedad players had said, "Hey, that's a handball," because they know when you both go up for a header and you're next to each other and the ball pops off of your head into the other person's arm 3 inches away, it's not usually a penalty. But no, the refs decided, hey, it's Manchester United. Call it up the horn. We got to fuck them one more time in this game. Penalty. 1-1.
If we're going off the letter of the law, it probably is a penalty, but if we're going off of how our hearts feel, I think most fans wouldn't want that to be a penalty just because it's a natural thing, you know what I mean? You're just jumping up, go for the ball, and the guy headers it, you know what I mean? It's like you can't, you can't really do anything about that, and it's just kind of unfortunate, and especially because you see no really Sociedad players gonna fight for that because you're thinking just keep playing, that's part of
contact.
Yeah. It kind of is what it is, you know what I mean? Players jump it. That's how and that's coming from a City fan, you know what I mean?
What do you mean? You're coming down.
I think it's jumping. A bit harsh, but again, devil's advocate, letter of the law, whatnot. It's probably a penalty. Mikel Oyarzabal steps up, left side, Onana's right, puts it away. 1-1, and then Sociedad, some fucking chances. They finally. Broke out. Becker comes on. Kubo comes off.
Becker came on and had a really good game.
Another young striker. I can't even remember his name right now. Couldn't even tell you to pronounce it. I think it starts with an I, his surname. He had a few chances. Guy couldn't score for the life of him. Had 2 or 3 really good opportunities.
Yeah,
should have made it 2-1 for them.
It should have been a Sociedad win right there at the end because the United players' heads just dropped. I 9 times out of 10, you can always rely on Bruno to be the voice of the passion there. But he really wasn't, in charge of that last 20 minutes after the penalty. Everyone's heads kind of just dropped. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what it is because, like I said, basically the same exact 11 for the last few weeks because of the injuries and the lack of squad depth that our squad is in right now.
Man United go into a 1-1 into the Old Trafford, back in England.
where we're worse. Some fucking how.
I mean, based on the first game, right?
I mean, I think we can win if we play the game.
If we play the game
the same way.
If you play the first half, if you play like you do in the first half, and people actually finish their fucking chances, right?
We win.
They will win the game.
Yes.
But if they don't, Real Sociedad's gonna find a way to sneak one in there. You never know.
Also, because Zubamendi comes back for the leg of United,
yeah.
So that's
player for them.
That's part of the reason why they weren't really clicking for the first 70 minutes, and then until we started to play really shitty, they've finally got a couple of chances. But we'll see what happens when they come to, the theater of dreams.
The theater of dreams, yes.